every time when you go higher as a band, kind of to the next level, then you get like the next problems. Also like the challenges get bigger.
You've been crushing the Finnish music charts for the past 5 years. I bet you know the secret sauce.
Yeah, I was just saying that actually the only secret sauce is work hard and do good music. And fortunately for us, we have found our fan base for our music and for our live shows. So I guess we got lucky.
First of all, it's good to mention that currently in the band there's many people writing songs, so it's not like me and Noora. It's actually like Joona and Janne are writing maybe 90% of the songs. So they would be the right persons to ask about the, you know, like the secret of writing great songs. Looking how they work and how I ever managed to do something good. It's only by doing a lot of stuff. Like as Noora said, it's a lot of work. And there's like, to make one good song, you have to make 20 crappy ones. So it is not like that you just make a song like that. So there is like in somewhere in the deep in the archives, there is really like hundreds of really shitty songs, which will never be released. I think that's the kind of secret, that you just kind of make the same mistakes so many times that finally you get tired of that, and then you get over those mistakes.
Exactly.
But yeah, you have to work hard, but in certain way. It's like you also have to learn from your mistakes.
Your shows are often very theatrical, explosive, and full of positive energy. Where do you get ideas and inspiration for the stage performance?
We have always had this, it's like our trademark, that we always give 200% on stage to our audience. It's very important to us that it's every time very much like that no one ever thinks that they were so lazy and bored looking on the stage. So our main goal is to entertain the people the best way every time we are on stage. Of course, that is not something that just comes necessarily naturally from someone, but in our case, fortunately, everyone in the band are doing very energetic show in their own parts, and it's so great that we have this combination of different kind of personalities in this band, but everyone's got their own style in performing. For myself, it's like I can't be still when I get on the stage. It's like I feel like if I restrain myself, it's like I don't give everything to the audience, and I believe that's the same thing with everyone in this band. I always have these great, crazy ideas, and many times my bandmates tell me that, Noora, we don't have that budget, or that's impossible. You can't, do this or that. But then, in the other hand, we also together try to put up ideas what we can do now and what we can do in the future. And it's a constant thing in this creativity that whenever we got good ideas, of course we have to, some things we just have to postpone but put in the future. And some things like what we can do right now is to, for example, put effort to our lights on stage and some of the effects like pyros or whatever like that we can entertain the people more in a visual way. And I think it's especially nowadays when the streaming has become like the major thing in the music business, it's very important to put effort to the live shows and to get people to come to the shows, buy the tickets, buy the merchandise and get entertained, because we don't sell CDs like anymore so much. So I think this is the future anyways in the music business, and we are definitely doing that right now and developing it forward all the time.
My great idols are like the Renaissance artists who were able to do everything, and that's what I want to be able to do. So yeah, this band existed forever, and honestly, it's a great story to tell that we knew since the beginning that we wanted to make it big and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that's the case. Like, we started completely from nowhere, and we didn't know anything. Like, we didn't know anything. We were kids and stupid and really bad musicians back in the days. So you know, in the beginning of the band, this was just a hobby. This was just, it was super cool. It was super nice, but I didn't even, in my head, I couldn't even understand that this could get this big. So then only like much later, like maybe like a couple of albums ago, I started to realize that we have a chance, that this is actually going so well that we have a chance to make it really big. And you know, so this is like one of the things I do, and then I just did a lot of other things. For example, studied computer science and, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, so just in short, I still don't know. If you're asking like when did I know that this is becoming my career, like I still don't know. I hope it will.
That's the difference between me and you. So I'm super optimistic about everything, like. Mm-hmm. But that's why I get many times disappointed too.
Yeah, honestly, everything looks good, but it's also something that I've noticed that, you know, for example, a lot of people are kind of jealous, and they are thinking that now everything is like settled for us, that now it's so easy and all that. But that's like so much not true. It's like every time when you go higher as a band, like kind of to the next level, if you will, then you get like the next problems. Like it's also like the challenges get bigger, and the pressure gets a lot bigger. Like now when we have to make a new album, it's a really high pressure. Like we want to make better album than ever before, and that's, since I can say that honestly that I like our previous albums, so it means that the bar is really high if we want to make a better album than before. So that's just my point. It's not that I'm not pessimistic, but I just want people to know that it's not getting easier. I think it's getting actually harder when you get bigger, because then you have more to lose, and then also financially, it's like everything will cost more. So if you mess up, for example, now that coronavirus wiped out all our shows, it's also financially, it's like a disaster. If we were like a garage band, then it wouldn't matter. It would be like, yeah, okay, we lost shows which would lose our money anyway, so it doesn't really matter financially.
Yeah.
But now it really matters. It's a really big deal that you lose shows and you lose like all that stuff. Yeah. So that's my point. But I mean, overall, I know it sounds kind of bad, but that's just the Finnish way of thinking. But I am actually optimistic. I believe in our music a lot.
And like you also said, the stakes are getting higher, and like in the beginning of this interview, we were talking about this secret ingredient, and here it comes again. It's hard work, and the work gets harder the higher you get, and it's never getting easier. I think we have always the same pressures, like even like Juuso said, the pressures are getting higher every time we try to create something new. So it's
it's always hard, honestly. Yeah. But that's also the point. I mean, like, art is supposed to be hard. There's no artist who can create something really good without, you know, getting
without pain.
Their head exploded.
Yeah, but it's so rewarding in the end. So no pain, no gain.